Hi there, if you own a Kindle Scribe or if you're thinking about getting one, this video is for you. I'm going to show you 14 different tips and tricks that you absolutely need to know for your Kindle Scribe. Let's jump into it. Now the first tip I have for you is this new Lasso tool. Basically what you can do with it is circle different parts of your notebook or your notes inside of a book or a PDF. Wherever you are, you can use this Lasso tool to select things and move them around the page. Say for example, you wrote something in a weird location, all you have to do is circle it and drag and drop it where you'd like. You can also use this tool to make things bigger, smaller. You can even cut and paste to different parts of the page. It's a very powerful tool that I'm sure you'll use at some point. The second tip I have for you is the eraser selection tool. Instead of using the back of your premium pen or using the eraser tool and scribbling things out like madness, all you have to do is simply circle the part of the page that you want to erase and everything inside of that circle will be erased. This makes things a lot easier, especially if you're using the premium pen. A lot of the time you'll have marks left over depending on how much writing you're trying to erase. The eraser selection tool is a much more efficient way to remove a big part of your page. Moving on to tip number 3, you absolutely need to know that you have different pen options available for you while you're writing on your Kindle Scribe. If you go to the toolbar and press on the first option for the pen, you'll see different pen types appear. You have a fountain pen, you have a marker, you have a pencil. All these different tools are available to you, and you can even adjust the thickness of them for very precision writing, or you want something bigger for marking things up. You have all these options available. Next up, we have the shortcut button on your pen. Now again, this is only available on the premium pen model, but if you have the premium pen, be sure to go to your settings and customize what this shortcut button will do while you're using your Kindle Scribe. This can be very handy if you're using a very specific feature quite often. For example, if you read a lot on your Kindle Scribe, using the button as a sticky note shortcut might be useful for you. The next tip I have for you is a very small quality of life improvement. You know the little toolbar that appears on every single page while you're writing or reading on the Kindle Scribe? You actually have the option to move it from the left side to the right side. I have a few PDFs, for example, that kind of get covered up when I have the toolbar on a certain side, so having the option to move it is very handy. Tip number 6 is all about exploring the templates available to you in your notebooks. I know the most common one is probably just the blank one or the one with lines on it, but you have a lot of other options there too. You have bullet journals, you have graph paper, you have an agenda, checklist, you can make a schedule. All these features are built into the Kindle Scribe, so definitely explore the different things you can do with it. Tip number 8 is all about accessing your Kindle Scribe notebooks on other devices. If you have notebooks on your Scribe that you really want to see while you're traveling out and about, but you don't want to carry around your whole Scribe, you can actually do that very easily by going into the Kindle app on your phone and then going to the notebook section. You can load and download every notebook that you have available to you on your Scribe and view them. You won't be able to edit anything, at least right now you can't, but you can view everything, which is definitely a very handy tool to have. Tip number 9 is actually a relatively new feature as of making this video. We now have the ability to convert our notebooks into digital text. Say you have a notebook with a bunch of notes in it for a class you're taking or something like that. All you have to do is go into the notebook and press on the share button, and there'll be a new option to convert the text and send it as an email. When you press on that option, you'll be brought to a new screen where you can preview every single page of your notebook to ensure your handwriting was converted correctly. And when you actually send that email to yourself, you'll have an attachment with a text file. What you can do with that is up to you. You can copy and paste all the text to your other apps, which makes using the Scribe so much more useful. Tip number 10 is for all my bookworms out there. If you enjoy reading books on your Kindle Scribe, I want to show you something called 2-column mode. While you're reading a book, change the orientation in the settings to landscape mode and then also activate the 2-column view. You'll see now so much more text appear on your Kindle Scribe screen. This is a large 10-inch screen. If you do the math, it basically comes out to have 2 different Kindles side by side in this 2-column view. It's really efficient for reading a lot of text at one time. Tip number 11 is also a new feature. If you go to the Kindle store on your Kindle Scribe, you're going to see a new option here for Write on Scribe Kindle books. These are books that are specifically designed for your Kindle Scribe, where you can actually download them and write inside of them. As of right now, we only have things like crossword puzzles and Sudoku puzzles and journals, but I'm really hoping we'll see other books make their way into this section. It's a great way to get some fun stuff on your Kindle right now. I definitely encourage you to try it out. Tip number 12 is actually not on the Scribe, but it's on your computer. It's called the Send to Kindle website. This is the easiest way to get files and documents over to your Scribe. Instead of plugging in your Scribe via a cable or emailing things to yourself, using the Send to Kindle website is so much easier. You just log into your Amazon account and drag and drop any file like a PDF or a Word document, and it'll automatically show up on your Scribe's home screen. I use this feature all the time. In fact, I use it for this video to get the script for the video onto my Scribe so I can read my notes off of it. It's very handy if you want to quickly get things onto your Kindle. Tip number 13 is also for my bookworms out there. If you enjoy reading and taking notes while you read, I want to show you this feature which lets you take handwritten notes and attach them to a highlight. Next time you take a highlight on your Kindle Scribe while reading a book, make sure you press on that note button that comes up, and you'll see this new window come up where you can take a handwritten note which will be attached to the highlight that you just took. I'm really hoping Amazon will make it so all the handwritten notes that you take here will automatically convert to regular text files, but as of right now, they only stay as handwritten notes, and when you get them off the Kindle Scribe, they'll show up as images. But for right now, this is still a very useful feature. I love how it stays attached to the highlight, so I have some context of what I'm writing about. The last tip I have is knowing how to export all your book notes off of the Kindle Scribe. This is a bit different than your notebooks because these are notes that you take inside of a book. So if you're in a book on your Kindle Scribe, you'll see a button on the top where you can view all the notes that you took inside of the book. This includes any highlights as well as handwritten or written out through the keyboard notes, and you have them all listed out in one easy screen. There's one button that you press which will export a PDF of all these notes to your email address, and from there you can do whatever you'd like with it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I want to encourage you to check out my other video with 15 essential Kindle tips and tricks. Now, these tips apply not only to the Scribe, but to every other Kindle as well. Link for that on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.